Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. How are you feeling so far, Flavia?
Oh, I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah, me too. But I'm so glad to see so many people and so many familiar faces, new faces here. Welcome to Vietnam. Welcome to Hanoi.
And welcome to our second in-person celebration of Asia Farm Animal Day.
It's
Thank
such
you.
yeah. Woo-hoo. I feel better warming up. I cannot say how grateful I am to see all of you here in my home country. If you have not known yet, I'm from Vietnam. I'm based in Hanoi, and it's my greatest pleasure to welcome you to Vietnam to this largest event on farm animal protection and diet chain advocacy in Asia. For any of you who have not met me yet, my name is Thanh. I'm the lead coordinator of the Asia Farm Animal Coalition, AFA for short. AFA is currently the largest network of animal protection organization in the world, with more than 300 organizations in our network, working on various pressing issues, including the wildlife, companion animals, farm animals, animal cruelty content on social media. So welcome and welcome.
Thank you so much, Tan, and welcome again, everyone. I'm Flavia. I'm a board member at AVA International, and I'm so happy to be here with all of you. I actually spent a lot of time in Indonesia growing up because my dad lived there, so it really means the world to me to be here with all of you today and working in this really important region in Asia, and it's incredible to see also the amazing progress we've made in the past few years. I also wanted to mention that I'm here today on behalf of our wonderful executive director, Julia, who couldn't be here today because she just gave birth to her second baby, but she says hello to you all. I also wanted to kick off by saying a huge thank you to Asia for Animals Coalition. They've been our really incredible partners in all of this, and they just worked their magic to make this event happen. So thank you so much.
Yeah, we work as a team, and again, likewise, it's our pleasure. And I hope this session will be recorded, and Julia and Tyler, who cannot be here, can watch again and see how wonderful this event has been, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, I'm curious, who was here at AFAD last year? Raise your hands.
Hey,
wow, that's
so
amazing.
Many people, yeah.
And who of you has already been in an AVA event or another AFA event before? Wow, even more people. Thank you so much for supporting our work. This is really incredible, again, really special to be here. And for those of you who don't know us, AVA International hosts conferences for advocates around the world working on systemic change and working on a huge variety of strategies. And we specifically focus on professionals working in the movement or hoping to work in the movement. And this year we have hosted an event in the US. Obviously we're co-hosting this event here in Vietnam. And we're also hosting an event in Brazil later this year. And next year, we'll cooperate with even more groups to organize more events all around the world.
Yeah, and come back to AFAD. I cannot let you wait more. So let's see what we got in our 2.5 exciting day ahead. But before that, let's take a closer look at who we are, who in this room right now for this event. So we have more than 400 people attending this highly impactful event, 400 highly impactful advocates from this country. Be ready. Armenia, Australia, Austria, Bangladesh, Brazil, Canada, China, Czechia, Denmark, Ethiopia, France, Georgia, Germany, Ghana, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Kazakhstan, Kenya, Laos, Lebanon, Malaysia, Nepal, Netherlands, New Zealand, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, Poland, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Spain, Sri Lanka, Taiwan, Tanzania, Thailand, Turkey, the US, Uganda, UAE, UK, Viet Nam, and Zimbabwe. Wow, that's 5 continents, everybody. I'm so glad. That's amazing. That's over 400 people from 47 countries around the world. Everybody, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
And we also have 69 speakers, 59 co-founders, CEOs, and executive directors. Wow, really high levels, and really thanks for your time here. I know how busy you are in your role and with so many people, so many projects and staff you're managing, and still you're interested in joining here, sharing your experience, connect with our other attendees. Thank you. And that's a total of 164 different organizations working in the movement.
That's really incredible.
Impressive.
Another round of applause, yeah. Thank you. That's really, really amazing. Thank you all again so much for being here. So now we come to the most exciting part of our opening ceremony. We have 2 incredible speakers here today to welcome you all to this event. Their talk is titled Good Cop, Bad Cop, and it's about thinking outside the box to effectively advocate for farm animal welfare. So please join me in welcoming Maho and Jeff. Maho-Uehara Cavalier is the Director of Animal Welfare Corporate Partners in Japan and has been a fierce advocate for animals throughout her career. She's dedicated to hearing out the voices of animals and taking part in efforts to improve their well-being. And her goal is to help ease their suffering and work towards their freedom from pain. And Jeff Zhou has represented compassion inward farming in China since 2008. In 2013, Jeff was promoted to head of China, and since April 2015, he has become Compassion's ambassador in China. More recently, Jeff successfully developed the connection between the International Cooperation Committee of Animal Welfare and Compassion inward farming in China. Please join me in giving them a big round of applause. Thank you both so much for being here.
And thinking back, the first time I just now looking at this logo, Farm Animal Coalition, we say Asia for Animals. The first time actually I attended was in 2010. That was the year when Asia for Animals conference was held in Chengdu, in China, where I met Jill Robinson at the time and also visited her beautifully operated or managed bear farm bear sanctuary, sorry. Bear farm rescued bear sanctuary, yeah. So I still recall at that time, the theme of that conference was think out of box. It was quite an impressive message to me at the time as a newcomer to this area. I was thinking, oh my God, think out of the box. How can I do it? And with years going on, it's proved to be that think out of the box is the best method for us to deal with this kind of issues, which means being creative. Just think out of the box. And also, I tried to include this message when I communicated with Thanh, with Maho, saying that we need to mention that again in our opening ceremony. Think out of the box. Think about 14 years has passed. We still need to think out of the box, be creative, and find best way in your situation to work for the benefit of the animals. I would take a few minutes to explain what we have been doing in China, as in the last session before the opening ceremony during our meetup. Actually, some of the attendees was very eager to know, oh, how do you cope with the animal welfare issues in the challenging situation in China? Honestly, it was very difficult, but we managed our way. So firstly, about global compassion in world farming, we are one of the leading farm animal welfare organizations in the world. I would just like to let you know that, okay, the number there was not right. In general, in the world, every year about 80 billion farm animals are supposed to be slaughtered for human consumption. Well, with all kinds of engagements carried out by Compassion global team, we are set to benefit over 2.6 billion animals. So it's a great achievement, and every time I explain this, I feel very proud to say that according to our team's work, we are about to improve the livelihood and animal welfare of about 3% of the animals in the world. Of course, more animals are set to benefit according to our joint work, and we can make a change. And coming to our China team, it's a very small one. Like what I have been explained, that I've been with Compassion for 19 years. In the beginning, 10 more years, I was on a single band. I do all the work, including public awareness, including engagement and the development of the kind of good animal welfare production award in China, which fit for China's situation. When I tried to start to engage with producers, started to engage with retailers at the time, because Compassion in World Farming on global level, we only engage with retailer side, try to make the changes by engaging with them, developing the kind of standard animal welfare criteria, then which fit for their purpose of meeting the demand of the consumers. So on global level, we seldom engage with producers. Well, here comes to the point of think out of box. I try to introduce our global awards to China. It doesn't work. I made up cold calls to about 10 retailers, 10 supermarket contacts by searching their telephone number. And everybody told me, it's not the time. We cannot do that. I start to tell them, okay, your headquarters is one of our global award winner. They said positively about animal welfare. Okay, that's another world. We are in China. We don't care about animal welfare. It's not the time. So think out of the box. I was thinking, oh my God, China is one of the biggest countries with the biggest production of animals in the world. What can we do? We need to educate the public by public engagement, by giving talks to the different communities, including university students, especially the agriculture university students, to influence the future generation. That was maybe 20 years later. What we can do now is to engage with the producers to let them know doing good for animal welfare can improve their credibility, can improve their image, can build a better market for them. So we started to do our good production award, started with the pig industry and in 2014, and later on in 2017, we started good chicken and good egg production. So look at the photo is the team of our beautiful 4 people in China now. We have, on this side is our China research manager, Yao Yao. Our Yubin is our China food business manager. And the Ma Ning on that side is our China markets manager. And we have a very good and effective team. If you see the number here, with our good production awards that we have developed in the last 10 years, now we are set to benefit every year about 432 million animals. And we have engaged with over 130 more corporates, companies, producers, and retailers. And above that, we also think that fit into the localized situation is very important. You don't want to, 20 years ago, and even today, I would say most of the concepts or technologies or renovations or researches were carried out in Western countries, especially 20 years ago. This concept generally was introduced by Western researchers. So in China, there was a saying, okay, animal welfare is a Western concept being imposed by Western parties to China industry. When it comes to farm animal welfare, it's a trade barrier being set by Western countries. It's not welcomed by the industry. It's trying to control or restrict the development of China economy. So with that in mind, we try to engage with research institutes, try to develop some localized research results, which will fit for China's situation, but with the good connection with the global animal welfare research. And look at that will be the signing ceremony of our International Farm Animal Welfare Research Center, which we signed the agreement last year. Even if we are not going much further this year, a lot of procedures or a lot of processes need to be done. But we are thinking about development of localized research farm animal welfare. And also we engage with China Institute of Animal Sciences in the development of this AROH, is Animal Research and One Health. We persuaded this kind of scientific journal to include animal welfare sector or column in it. And Compassion in World Farming was proudly to be the only organization to be in charge of the quality, the selection, and the reviewing of the contribution of articles in this journal. And also, if you look on that right, I wore the same lovely shirt that day. That was our engagement last month with Sodexo in China, is our steps moving forward to engage further with corporates, with the brands, which is the time. Think back what I said just now, 10 more years ago, when I started to engage with retailers, nobody said yes. But 10 years later, we were invited by Sodexo because the time is right. What time is right? Because cage-free movement is spreading across the world. And Sodexo, they made a global commitment and they want to make the change. And we were one of the leading organizations working in China with the support of our about 100 award winners who can prove to be high welfare friendly, which can support their supply. So the circle is built up. We are trying to do the dots and then make them connected. Also, we have never forgotten to do the education for future generation. If you look at this photo, this is I would say, small campaign. In China, we engage with one leading kindergarten, and by introducing the cage-free eggs into the campus. So work together with one of the suppliers in doing that. And also by attending different conferences. This one is very phenomenal, I would say. This year in August, one of the China's leading online platform called JD, Jingdong. If you are familiar with China, there are two leading online platforms. One is Alibaba, the second one is JD, which ranking number 6 around the world, JD. They have started the communication about open online cage-free egg section. And we are very proudly to be helping them developing the kind of criteria and introducing our award winners to be their suppliers. And also looking broadly, like the whole world, we are on United Nations level, the FAO has been speaking about the sustainable livestock industry transformation. And we worked with FAO in giving talks and organizing side events during their global livestock industry sustainable transformation conference last year in Rome. And by speaking about China's situation and try to find solutions and also to see what we can contribute on China's side. And this team is our global team about food business with the China link, including our global research people or Asia food business manager, which means we have expand our work from China alone to a wider range. Last year, we organized our Asia Farm Animal Welfare Award ceremony in Thailand with the attendance, including a couple of award winners from Thailand and also a few award winners from Japan on cage-free. So they got our Good Egg Production Award, Good Egg Award, which means this kind of trend can influence a bigger scope. And actually, we can have more parties to get involved. And I know that in the future, in the following session, Maho and I will be speaking more about the details, but I will leave this to you to think about how to think out of the box and create your own future. I will invite Maho to come up to the stage now. Thank you.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, Vietnam, and good afternoon, colleagues. Congratulations to all of you who have dedicated to help animals to be safely and happily here. My name is Maho Cavalier-Uehara. Many of you know me as the corporate relations person at the Humane League Japan. But before going forward, I wanted to mention something. The history of this very event, AFAD. You can start the slide. Oh, okay. I just wanted to mention, so Vince is not here. Vince from WAP, and I just want to mention that how this very event started. Vince sent me actually his LinkedIn post has a nice message, so I wanted to read out. In June 2020, amid a pandemic, I, Vince, along with Maho Uehara Cavalier from then the Humane League Japan, Don Neo from then Human Society International, now Global Food Partners, and Zhou. And four of us proposed creating Asia's first World Day for Farm Animals. Our goal was to highlight the importance of farmed animal welfare while connecting it to broader issues like public health and human rights, and particularly in the global health. We aim to make the event engaging and accessible, ensuring it reflecting our collective commitment. Shortly after, Sarah Craig Grant from AFA Coalition joined us to help organize our growing strategy steering meeting. Now, Thanh is making the event much bigger and more solid and successful. Thank you so much. So I just wanted to mention how it started. And at the beginning, so in 2020, I didn't imagine the event is going to be this big. So I'm very happy, and thank you for being here. I'm pressing the button. I think the presentation is going to be shown here. So today, quickly, I'm going to explain what we do as AWCP, Animal Welfare Corporate Partners, then pass on to Jeff. Yeah, so a couple of things outside box, and also this theme, bad cop and a good cop. When I started in 2017, the Humane League, there were really, few organizations, small grassroots organizations working on farm animal welfare and cage-free. But if there are no good cops, there's no need for bad cop. So we need both. And now in Japan, I feel we have both. So the key is to include, and then inclusion and collaboration. That will be my topic of my talk. But the slide seems to be ready, or if not, I think I'm just gonna talk. Yeah. So I just with that slide, I'm gonna quickly explain what we do. So the Humane League, where raised me, nurtured me, and I feel still close to them. But we closed at the end of. The Humane League Japan closed at the end of January this year. Actually, the operation started from February 1st this year. So the whole team, Japan team, moved to the new organization called the Animal Welfare Corporate Partners. But actually, last year about this time, on October 2nd, just about really this time, AWCP, the new organization, was established. So we just celebrate our 1-year anniversary. What a wonderful journey. So what we do as AWCP, basically our goal is cage-free, getting cage-free commitments. But how do we do that? In collaboration with various stakeholders, our purpose is to support companies publishing cage-free policies. We also connect the producers and corporations to realize and increase cage-free purchase on the Japanese market. We are positioning ourselves among a diverse range of stakeholders, working to connect and integrate organization groups and individuals from various industries to leverage each other's strengths and promote the cage-free movement within society. We are planting seeds in different places, different areas, different people's minds, nurturing them and aiming to make animal welfare and cage-free practices the norm. Collaborating with such diverse stakeholders is all about creating an environment that fosters change, egg supply chains and incorporations to bring institutional changes. I wanted to show the logos. Without the logos, I think it's hard to understand. So I'm just going to go through. The organizational groups that we're engaging are ESG consultant, climate change groups, human rights group. We just joined the World Benchmark Alliance, WBA, that assesses corporate human rights policies, but they started including animal welfare. So we joined the group to give a guidance to animal welfare assessment. So they go through the public policies to rate it. We also joined OECD Watch, and the purpose is to strongly recommend fortify cage-free, the policy assessment of OECD. We partnership with an ESG consulting firm. They have clients, and we will conduct a farm visit for their corporate clients. Collaborating with AWCP, which is a group of producers, and they offer technical training. So we, and they also do farmers training. So we take new farmers to have them go through trainings. Yeah, that's what we do. And another thing is next year we're establishing, creating a platform to connect the demand and supply of cage-free eggs by matching companies looking for cage-free eggs with those that want to sell them. This allows companies that believe cage-free eggs are unavailable, impossible to do, to see the potential for cage-free sourcing, giving them the confidence to disclose their policies. That's what we're trying to do. We're establishing the platform next year, January 2025. So 25 next year is, as you know, a very important year. And as AWCP, we're going to continue working with global food partners, promoting impact incentive to meet the 2025 cage-free goals, and introducing global recognized cage-free certificates. So most of the corporations we talk to, they say, what cage-free should we do? Are there any certificates? So we recommended a couple of certificates, and one is Certified Humane. So we're going to give a webinar and a lecture provided by Certified Humane for producers and corporations. And releasing AWCP's cage-free best practice to set the best cage-free practice in Japan, and working with Compassion in World Farming. We're gonna promote the Good Egg Award, right? And last year, 3 companies, producers total got the award from Japan. So we're trying to create the momentum there too. And targeting BBFA companies using the BBFA assessment ranking as a leverage. This is all to get commitments for us. We all want to get corporations to publish commitments, and we are trying to create the environment for corporations to easily publish the policies. That's what we're doing. The key really is, again, collaboration, inclusion. So if you're interested in working with us, please contact us. At the end of the slide, there is a QR code. Please reach out to me. We're happy to brainstorm and find, places where we can collaborate effectively. Thank you very much. So, thank you.
Please join me. We have kind of successfully overcome the challenges, technical challenges. I know we are very sentient beings with creative ideas, but I see myself as a very emotional person instead of a kind of technical person, but we successfully did it. And according to the design of this section, actually it's supposed to be Maho and I have a free discussion, even if just now, if you see the slide, it shows that we will be talking about good cop, bad cop. Actually, we had a kind of slight discussion some time ago if this is a good topic. Well, anyway, it's supposed to be a quite relaxed and open discussion.
Sure.
So we can cover some of it.
Yeah.
And from your point of view, as you said at the last, is based on engagement and the positive communication. And what do you think the purpose and roles of different parties in playing like good cop or bad cop?
I think we play, I wouldn't really label us as good cop. I see ourselves facilitator. So we make things happen here and there, here and there. And it's interesting, since we started AWCP, which is February, we started engaging with totally new field of people. For example, ESG investors, sustainability groups, climate change. Hey, can you teach us about animal welfare? This has become very important. So yeah, we started connecting different kind of mindset people. Like investors have totally different mindset, but they are definitely interested. They are open to listen. They want to explore. So I think we just believe in people and their goodness, and then plant seeds, like I said, to grow it from there. Does it make sense?
Yes, make perfect sense for me. And from our work, actually, I just feel that as I'm leading compassionate world farming in China, which is different situation, completely different from what we do in Europe. Like in Europe, we are a very strong campaigned organization, and our previous CEO, Joyce De Silva, she showed me the photos that she was holding bags in the streets advocating for legislation on banning on battery cages. That can never happen in China. I wouldn't dare do that because I still want to continue contribute to improve farm animal welfare. Okay, and in that case, we try to tailor this kind of strategy. It doesn't matter, which means we need to think about a situation and fit into it. If you are okay to play as a bad cop or a good cop, the role of a bad cop is quite important for people to realize what they are not doing good. For instance, we used to have some good egg award winners at the very beginning, like 2010, with 5 years commitment. It's really worldwide known brand, a really big brand. After 5 years commitment, they haven't achieved their commitment. So Compassion in World Farming globally, they will publicize their failure on the website, which was a really big humiliation for it. Well, they learned from it, and now this company grown to be one of the leading company in advocating every aspect of animal welfare. They are one of the first companies who have fulfilled their global commitment on cage-free globally, including China. Well, also, we have our BB4 business benchmark for farm animal welfare, which is a mechanism that rates the company's openness on their animal welfare strategy or policy. Well, we try to introduce that into China and try to use this to encourage these kind of companies to engage with us. So from our side, especially for my specific situation, I would like to think that good cop plays a better role in China. Also because of the culture, I sometimes feel that Chinese culture and as well as the Asian culture is kind of, the friendly engagement is better received. And they take, sometimes I wouldn't say it's my personal feeling. If the conflict, even during business time, it will be taken personally sometimes. I don't know if it's the right scenario in other countries, but in China it's the same. If your friend, is flexible in everything. But if you are saying, accusing me even about my business doing something really nasty, then we can never talk again. But I see in some Western cultures, possibly some debate happen. They can be very harsh, but personally, they are still can be friends. I don't know if my understanding is right, but I just take it as a good way.
Yeah, I think, yep. I think in China,
engagement.
yeah, I think China is difficult, and every time I, face any challenges, I think of you working in China. We could do it, if you're doing it, we have to do it, we could do it. I think, yep, definitely good cop works, but there are some players who pushes the issue. And as the Human League, Human League Japan, we were able to push the movement forward. But next step is to install it. Really means corporations actually take actions, started buying eggs. So they need support. So that's why we play AWCP come in. But I think each forces are really necessary. Somebody has to be bad cop, somebody has to be good cop. This synergy actually is making things happen in terms of in Japan and East Asia, I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. And I personally, I would like to express my huge respect to those parties or forces who are playing the bad cop. It's not easy to do that. But they are very useful for future positive engagement. The purpose of this, no matter good cop or bad cop, is for the purpose of making changes, to change the difficult situation for animals. And just using two different tactics, I think it's more of an organizational decision or evaluation on that. But I really admire those people who do the bad cop thing. To face these kind of challenges directly is much, much harder than what we play as a good cop. Yeah, thank you.
You used to do that? I used to do that.
No, I cannot do that.
Signs in
if I do that,
middle of Shibuya.
I feel so sorry to say that. Well, if we want to do protests or demonstrations in China, we have to apply for proper approval before you do that. But this kind of approval is rarely permitted. And even for positive kind of demonstration, I think the government and authority is also expecting us, all the parties, to have positive engagement with them, even if there are so many kind of challenging barriers in between. But they are the big boss to speak, can make the policy changes. We have to follow the rules. That's the reason why it makes the thing even more difficult. Yeah, but we seek ways to do that.
In China, how long have you worked doing this job?
19 years.
Wow.
19 years.
How do you keep the motivation in the country?
The motivation comes actually from the whole society. I would see some more people are getting aware of animal welfare, and from the basic understanding of being kind, being compassionate to other living beings. I think these kind of improvements encourage all the bodies who are working there. And also, honestly, when you communicate with individual people, these people come back to human beings. They are giving you very human reaction or responses. They will come back to their real life and take that as animal welfare as a good factor, will improve not only the animal welfare, but also improve the people's livelihood, including they have families, they have children, they have their relatives to educate. They hope the whole society has the willingness to be good, to be the right thing. So the righteousness and the good hope supported me to continue my work. And I felt quite rewarded every time I spoke to the producers or like the photos I show just now. These kind of positive feedback really encouraged me. And that was the most rewarding time. And also like this, I feel supported.
I feel the same way. I always find the connection with anybody, like in corporate engagement, anything we agree, try to expand that. Cage-free, it's difficult, but then, find the, some points where we can connect or agree and trying to expand that. That's what we do.
Yeah. When I first heard about cage-free, I think quite a lot of us understand. Quite a lot of us understand the situation over about hundreds of Western companies made commitments. Well, at that time, only about 56 companies include China business in their global commitments. I felt, oh my God, this was not right, not good, It's so small portion. Well, even like that, it was very challenging to make sure that they meet their commitment. But the good part is more companies, more brands follow the suit, and they make commitments following. And then we make a big kind of movement now. And talking back to the Good Egg Award, you mentioned that we are working together in Japan. Last year, we got 3 award winners. This year, we get more.
Yep.
And I feel that like Japan now have a very good progress in terms of cage-free. Would you like to speak a little bit more?
Sure. In terms of policies, it's hard to get because policies usually come at the end of our work. So commitments means different. Before making any commitments, corporations usually spend it. Sometimes years. So one food retailer, everybody knows in Japan, we've been communicating with them, engaging and giving information, asking for when the policy comes out. Recently we engaged, like after 7 years, so what about policy? And they said, oh, it's too soon. And I was very shocked, 7 years. We've been communicating, giving information, 7 years, it's still too early? I don't know. But anyway, what was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah. So some incentives like Good Egg Award definitely accelerated the movement because to get Egg Award, you have to have policies. So we connect with almost like a low-hanging fruit corporations and go to them, hey, there is an Egg Award. Let's publish policy. And that's one company, I think that's restaurant chain, they publish a policy. Another incentive, you're going to Paris and get rewarded. You'll be the #1, in Japan. That was an incentive. So next year, we'll try again. Yeah.
When we talked about internally about, introducing Good Egg Award into Japan, from our team, actually, honestly, we felt that Japan, from our understanding, is quite, insistent on the tradition. So it's not easy for them to make change. But, quite a lot of results come out unexpectedly. It depends on how you engage with them, and don't block your thoughts on your imagination. We had used to have a short article about in the elementary school. Yeah, it's called "The Little Pony Tried to Cross a River." We were taught that never listen too much about other people saying. Just test yourself. Look at the Japan situation about cage-free. Actually, it gives us a good example. And I know we have very limited time left. And I think I would like to get there a little bit. One thing is about partnership. One good initiative can be expanded, can be partnered to make a louder voice. And secondly, I would say, even today, when I received the message from you about Vince saying that back in 2020, honestly, I have forgotten what we have talked about during these days and how this event came into being. But I felt, oh my God, it just is so rewarding to see this happen with so many people, so many expertise, and so many leading figures coming to join us today. I would like to say, a spark can make a big fire.
Yeah.
So just to be creative and start with that. Yeah. And your thoughts?
Yeah, totally agree. I just read the note from Vince, and we didn't think 4 of us or handful of people can make this happen, really. And thankful for Thanh, AFA, AVA now, to make this event so big, so surprising to me. But I appreciate every one of you. And thank you, Jeff, too.
Yeah, I would like to thank all of the people who have been supporting this event and supporting AFA, and also thank everybody who have been working so hard to speak for animal welfare, speak for reduction of cruelty to animals, and make people's life better as well. And also say hello to all these newcomers to this area. You are joining a kind and compassionate family, and we are relying on you to make a bigger voice for animals. Is that okay? Thank you so much. And I would like to thank Thanh for taking over from us. And I hope all of you have successful and fruitful following days with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please give a big round of applause for Jeff and Maho. Thank you so much, Maho. Thank you.
Thank you. Group hug.
Yes.
Okay.
We're so sorry, Maho and all of you, for the technical difficulties. We've done this enough that we know that something always goes wrong at the opening ceremony. No matter how much we prepare, something happens. Yeah.
But everyone here has been either in like attending an event or hosting event themselves, and this is normal for them, right? So it's not a big deal. If you agree, give an applause to Maho as a token of encouraging her.
Thank you.
And I would love to say like how much I agree with Maho and Jeff on being good cop and bad cop, and I can relate. In many countries in Asia, like it's difficult to talk about like change without like upsetting anybody and being the good cop and being the bad cop, and it's happening everywhere. So, but the key point here, takeaway here is like everybody, like Jeff mentioned, have their own decision and they decided to go that way. People might agree or disagree with them, but in order to make change, we should better unite, be supportive than be divided and pointing fingers. Very well message there, Jeff and Maho. Thank you so much. And now we'd like to introduce you about our program. So let's see what's awaiting for us in the next few days, 2.5 days. At this event, we will have 26 sessions, including presentations, panel discussions, workshop. There's a film screening tomorrow night, and some keynote speeches just like today and at the end of the event on the last day. But we also want to take this event as an opportunity for you to expand your network. So do exchange idea, talk to people, form collaboration, even form coalitions, and don't forget to take good care of yourself. You are important.
Thank you, Thanh. This QR code will lead you directly to our program agenda in Whova. Everything is going to be on this app. Do come find us if you have any issues. Sometimes it can be a bit tricky to navigate. So if you have any questions, just come up to us. On the app, you would also find all information and announcement about the program. You can also schedule meetups and schedule meetings, one-to-one meetings on there. And our moderators will also use Whova for Q&A. So actually, when you click on a session, you will see a Q&A button there, and you can submit your questions. And our moderators can also make sure that the most upvoted questions get addressed first. So don't forget to use the app. And also, please share the joy with us on social media and tag us. Our hashtags are AFAD 2024 and We Are Ava. And also we'll have a group photo at the closing ceremony that's happening on Friday at 2:15 in this room. So don't miss it. And we also invite whoever of you would like to wear your traditional clothes from your own country, if that's something that you would like to do.
Yeah, please. Like, we would love to see your traditional costumes. And I hope that you love the next few days when we be here together, share the moments together, laugh, eat together, and make new cross-border friendships. None of this would be possible without the support of very dedicated people. Setting up a conference like this take a lot of work and effort and people involved. So I would like to say thank you to the steering committee for this event, for their guidance, their advice, and for sharing their knowledge and diverse perspective, and for their feedback. They have helped us tremendously in the speaker selection process, and we are so glad that this year we received so many applications from speaker, over 160, and with only 2.5 day event, it's quite tight. So I'm really sorry to see like some of you cannot speak, but we hope that in the near future, in the future event, we will have space for you. This is our amazing steering committee.
We do an applause for our steering committee. Thank you.
And I would like to say, to express my special thank you to our amazing team in the organizing team, in the organizers, who has been working incredibly hard to pull this off. So thank you so much to Ursula, wherever you are in this room. Raise a hand. Amy, Aniha, Babi, Flavia, Gabi, Julia, and Taylor, who are not here but behind working a lot with us. Vinny, still behind the screen as all the ways, being supportive.
And
Shreya,
of course.
and me, of
well.
course. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
We also have a group of 3 volunteers here. Joy, Chum, Maho, wherever you are, maybe still helping outside with registration and stuff. And the AFA team, whoever wearing the AFA t-shirt, they're supporting, and you can come to them anytime. So can we give another big applause to our volunteer working at registration desk and the AV team?
The AV team as well.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much again for being here. I just want to do also an acknowledgement that actually 3 Lebanese activists from the Middle East Vegan Society couldn't be here with us today because of the recent bombings in Beirut. So their name are, and please forgive me if I'm not pronouncing them correctly, Fawzia, Leah, and Zina. And we just wanted to say that we're really sorry that they couldn't join us today. And continuing to thank all of our supporters, it goes without saying that none of this would be possible without our support of our very generous funders and sponsors who are supporting our movement and all of our work. So a huge thank you to our bronze sponsors, Funalytics, Loving Hut, Synergy Animal, Welfare Matters, and World Animal Protection. At the silver level, we have Compassion in World Farming. At the gold level, we have Vive. Vive is actually, Vive is actually an organization based in Viet Nam, who's actually organizing a Veg Fest happening in Hanoi right after this event on October 12 and 13. So it's right after this, so don't miss the opportunity to join it. It's free. It's gonna have lots of food, music, games. So we all encourage you to join that. And Vive is also releasing a film called The Feast. It's available on uncover.film, and it's the first film in Vietnamese language to advocate for animals and to feature real footage from Vietnamese farms and slaughterhouses. And this film will also show tomorrow night at the film festival happening in the next room, Iris and Lilac, from 7 to 10 p.m. So don't miss that as well. At the gold level, we also have Mercy for Animals, huge thank you. And moving on to our platinum sponsors, we have ProVeg, who is sharing a video with us from their most recent program.
ProVeg International's mission is to reduce the global consumption of animal products by 50% by 2040.
A compassionate food system is our goal, but we cannot do it alone.
This is why ProVeg launched Kickstarting for Good.
With our new program, we help to launch new nonprofits, impact initiatives working to this mission and transform the global food system.
We're looking for those hidden gems, those organizations that are working on very important issues that are also highly neglected and aren't being worked on by many other advocates. Projects and ideas ideas that are highly tractable and tangible and that we know can achieve success.
We will accompany you on your journey, whether you are just starting with your idea or looking to accelerate your initiative.
You will take part in an expert-led program with tailor-made workshops, mentoring, networking, and fundraising.
Honestly, the journey from kind of like 7-8 weeks ago to now is absolutely amazing, and that's essentially been with the support of the mentors along the way. They've got a huge amount of passion for the subjects, and they've helped us enormously.
Nailing down the details of how are we going to measure our impact? Why do we implement certain interventions more than others? And why do we choose to focus on these?
So my experience with the Kickstarting for Good has been phenomenal. It's given me the motivation to launch my non-profit and sort of start to build the thinking and the strategy and the planning behind it.
You'll also get to team up with dozens of like-minded co-founders, and at the end of the program, you'll get to pitch your ideas to mission-aligned major funders and foundations.
Just being around so many like-minded people who are all creating really high-impact organizations, it's just so great to be able to collaborate with everyone and be inspired.
Excellent co-founders, people that I would never have met otherwise, who are committed.
Meeting diverse set of people, being exposed to a lot of ideas and perspectives.
If you're thinking of starting a non-profit, I can't think of a better way or better start for your non-profit journey.
Join our mission to transform the global food system.
Apply now.
Thank you to ProVeg. Sebastian wanted to just come up here and say a couple of words. You can use that mic for that.
Push a button. Oh, hello everybody. Yeah, so my name is Sebastian Zhou. Just wanted to show you my face so you know who to talk to if you're interested in joining our program, Kickstarting for Good. So if there's any idea that you either have that you want to get off the ground, is it a for-profit or social startup or even just a program within an existing organization, please reach out to me. You can also reach me on the Hoover app, and we are always very eager to help. And besides that, I just have 2 announcements. So also ProVeg International, we are expanding and are looking for 2 directors to leading up our efforts in India and China. So if you know anybody who would expand our work in those countries, please let me know. We actually the first organization focusing on vegan advocacy that was officially approved by the Chinese authorities. So we really want to make the most out of that by having great talent to lead our efforts there. Thank you so much. Have a great conference.
Thank you. Thank you, Sebastian. Moving on, another platinum sponsor we have is Food Systems Innovation. And on behalf of FSI, they have invited Jia Yin from Good Growth to say a few words. Thank you so much. Please welcome her on stage.
Hi. So at Good Growth, we do market research and strategy design to help animal-friendly products and programs expand in Asia. So I thought I'd use my time to share some optimistic observations that we've made in the last year. On the consumer side, we actually see a lot of excitement for plant-based products in Thailand. And some people are so passionate about their local plant-based brands that they were promoting its health benefits and taste benefits when they were in our focus groups. In Philippines, we find that there are actually people who are already making their own alternative protein products at home. So they're making patties and mixing in vegetables to make it more healthy and less costly. And then on the corporate side, we are also working with one of the largest agricultural producers in Southeast Asia on their all-protein strategy. And their mission is to increase plant-based consumption from single digits to double-digit numbers. That's very exciting. And in China, we also see mainstream restaurants like KFC launching some really exciting plant-based promotions from vegan ice cream to vegan buns to all sorts of new products. So, and also one other one that we started to look into, we were talking to a Buddhist foundation, and they are also interested in how we might be able to rebrand veganism to make it more exciting for young audiences. So it actually looks like there are lots of opportunities, many of them that might be untapped, that we can still work on. And if you're interested in looking at how we can apply these insights to your organization's strategy, please do reach out to us. And then one final optimistic observation I wanted to make is actually here today in the audience, which is how many international faces and friends we have today, especially since they actually have to go through all of the pains that Asian advocates often have to go through when we have to go to international conferences, right? All of the flights and the jet lag and the time, and then adapting to like a foreign language and not really knowing how to like cross the road in Hanoi without getting hit by a motorbike, and like what direction do you like open the tap to get the water? It's like all very confusing. So very grateful that they have taken the time and the cost to come to us. And I think this is actually really important because of two reasons. I think one, it really signals that we are all in this together and that we in Asia are an important part of this global community. And the second thing is that these international friends can actually see us where we are working in our local context, where we are working and living and trying to make change for animals. And I think both of these things are actually a really critical foundation to equal and empathetic partnerships, as we have mentioned about partnerships, that could actually really accelerate the impact that we're making for animals. And on that note, if you're interested in how a successful international partnership might look, Brooke and I will be discussing our partnership between Good Growth and Fauna-Lytics Thursday evening, so we'd love to have you join the discussion. Finally, really excited to have more conversations, and I hope you have fruitful discussions as well, and maybe even some challenging ones in the next couple of days. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jad. Really beautiful words. Thank you. And last but not least, Craigslist is another platinum sponsor. So thank you all so much. Can I just get another round of applause for our amazing sponsors? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for all the sponsors. And I'm very glad to hear about the launch. I have another news, another update, another launch. Would you want to hear it? Yes. Great, thank you. So Animals Asia for Animals are going to have a new coalition. I'm happy to announce that AFA is now launching a new working group called Compassion in Balanced Asia. Compassion in Balanced Asia, CIB Asia for short, is a unique collaboration between Asia for Animal Coalition and Jessica Dawes' renowned Compassion in Balance program. Led by Jessica herself and our AFA coordinator, Eileen, who is here. You can see her later, or it's in the AFA booth. The program is designed to support animal welfare professionals. The platform provides practical tools and resources to help one better recognize the sign of compassion fatigue, understand what it means for their well-being, and more importantly, how they can be managed and addressed with healthy, effective strategies. Our goal is to make sure that these resources are accessible to all, particularly to all our network members who can attend this program at no cost. So it's totally free. Please scan the QR code here or visit AFA table outside in the exhibitor hall, or talk to our coordinator, Eileen. If you're here in the table, in this room, Eileen, please raise your hand, or if you can see her outside to learn more about this program. And that's the end of our announcement and opening ceremony. Thank you very much, and I hope you will enjoy the event.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the conference. Thank you. Thank you.